away in long-term storage, and yeah, I've been having a lot of fun breaking those. Ended up with 3 autos out of the 5 boxes, and 5.
What's up, everybody? This is Jason, Zombie Collector.
I have no idea.
Whoa, a little bit too loud. I was listening to Bowman 51. I was mistaken. Phil's friend. So, yo, what up, Hitman? Hitman need you someone. What up, Holmes? How are you doing this fine Saturday Eve? Oh, I got 2 people in here already. Probably I need to get as many thumbs down as possible so y'all can just thumbs down my video because I'm all about the thumbs down. I'd appreciate it. Dandy. That's what we like to hear. You'll be in dandy. Whoa. I gotta turn this music down. Or I should say this commercial down, more like it. All right. So loud. What is up, my brothers and Bob Lewis? Because he's not really a brother. He's a weirdo. Probably some creeper. How's everything going, man? It says going dandy. Dandy, it is going. So there's some creepy music playing in the background here. It's always Halloween at my house. So, yeah, man, same here. It's pretty quiet here at the old Pan de la Casa for all you Spanish speakers out there. So I'm just chilling. My son had 2 basketball games this morning, and that was the extent of my day. So, yeah, man. I was going to show off a few cards I've picked up recently. I was going to wait and get a few people in here and then show off a few of the cards. If a few people get in here, you know how that goes. With me, it's a mixed bag. We all know that. Some people love me. Some people love to hate me. Some people despise me. And I thrive on it. I just eat it up. I love to be hated. It is a sickness, probably. So, I'm watching, I was watching LSU manhandle Alabama, but Alabama's coming back. So we'll see. They got about 10 minutes. So it could go either way now. LSU was like putting the smackdown on old Roll Tide, but apparently they have fought their way back. So one will see. One will see. Ooh, is that a refraffer? No, it's not. Another rookie card, man. I got my own rookie card explosion box over here. So, anyways, do you stay in Mike? Do you stay in Florida for the holidays, or do you go up to New York? I was wondering. I know you went up there earlier this year, but I don't know if you go back up or not during the holidays. Oh my gosh, these commercials. With YouTube Kids. Stay in Florida. Yeah. Why would you want to go north during the wintertime? That I answered my own question, you know? So nobody wants to go north during the winter. Everybody's trying to head south. I think actually myself and hey, what up, Jesse? Actually, myself and Luke and his mom, I think we're gonna go during Christmas, the week of Christmas, we're going to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. So I think we're going to do that for Christmas this year. So we will see how it goes. We will see how it goes. What's a cracking? What's a crack-a-lacking? Not much, man. I wish I had something to crack somebody in the jaw, maybe, if I'm lucky. Somebody might kind of come in here. I'm going to be listening to some horror music with some horror. Because apparently when I say horror music, it sounds like something else. So I got to say horror so I don't get it confused. So, you know, I want to shout out a couple guys. Well, maybe, I don't know. A couple guys. Most of these guys you probably know, but. Oh, hey, what's up, Jim? Hey, you're welcome, dude. I want to first tell you I am so sorry it took me 3 months to get it out to you. I literally had it sitting in my car, and I had all kinds of stuff laying on top of it. And I promised you and like 2 or 3 other people I'm going to send some stuff out. Hey, what's up, Mark? I was going to send out some care packages. And then I had it, as you can see, I had it sitting there. Even some of the ink of your address was coming off. I'm like, dude, I hope you're still living at that address because it's been like 3 months. I'm going to send it there, and there's going to be nobody lives there anymore. So I'm glad you got it, dude. I'm glad you could use some of those cards. I know a lot of it wasn't Superstars or All-Stars or whatever. And that was before I started like weeding through all my ace cards. So I'll try to get another one together here in the next couple of weeks or months, and maybe I can get out another one that has more chock full of Superstars and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I just felt bad. I had one guy that's not even an eBay or YouTube guy who sends me a care package once every 3 to 4 months, just chock full of 80s and 90s Superstars and Hall of Famers, along with Japanese players for free. And he's a big Braves fan, so I sent him a bunch of Braves cards. And then I had, oh, Phil, what is up, you mother trucker? How you doing, homie? I've been watching your boyfriend, Bowman 51's channel a lot today, and I've been digging it, man. I went all the way back to the archives, and I've been watching. I've been caught up to almost into this year. I'm almost done. So, anyways, so I appreciate you got it, Jim, and you like the cards. And like I said, next time I'll try to get some more out to you. You thought he was in a relationship with Pepino Man? Oh, yeah, that's cool. Oh, that's cool, yeah. Yeah, I've been enjoying his channel a lot, Phil. You're right. I mean, I knew you put him over a while back, and I never really got into his channel just because I have so many other people I watch. But I've been like curating. I've been curating and manscaping my list recently, and I took a handful of people I don't watch anymore who stopped doing videos, and I put him on the list. I put him on there, and I want to shout somebody else out because I wanted people to know about this guy, and he's kind of like an under the radar dude, but definitely check him out. His name's Sean. His channel's name's Stealing Second. He's another Indiana guy. He does lots in slabs. He does lots of modern, and he's kind of like under the radar. I think he only had like 50 subs. He's been at it since the summertime, I believe. I was turned on to him by Chris, Modern Vintage Collector, and I know that JT Triple Crown 24 hangs out with him a little bit. They did a show together. Well, they didn't do it. JT did a show, and then Sean lives in Fort Wayne, where the show was at, and then Sean came down here last week and hung out with me and JT when JT did a show here in Indianapolis. But I highly recommend go checking out his channel. He's a great guy. He's starting out. He has a really nice collection. He's a Cubs fan. He collects a lot of vintage and also, like I said, modern day stuff. And he's big into rookies. So probably Phil would like him, I'm sure. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks, Phil. Like, I think if everybody comes to my channel, they know that there's no BS on my channel. I mean, I'm even a critic of myself on a regular basis. So for sure. But I mean, like I said, I like Bowman 51. I'm not telling, I mean, he has 1,000+ subs, so I'm not telling anybody anything new there. But I like his channel a lot. He's a great guy. Phil was right about him. Sorry it took me so long to get on board with that fella. I just assumed I only could handle one guy from Boston, and I already hang out with Izzy. And then Phil was a far down the list second, but I decided to bring him into the fold, into the family. But then there's a third guy with Bowman 51, and I'm like, dude, if I have 3 Boston guys in the picture, I don't know. I might end up becoming an honorary Bostonian. I might end up starting to pull for the Patriots and the Red Sox. I'm a Celtics fan because of Larry Bird, but Boston Bruins. So I was like, I got to maybe take a step back from all these Boston people. But yeah, man, for sure. I really do enjoy Bowman 51's channel. Good stuff, dude, for sure. If you've not checked out Alex Bowman 53, don't get him confused. He did a video about it within the last week about autographed baseballs. And if Alex knows one thing, he knows about balls. So definitely go check out his video if you have not seen it already. The way he caresses the balls, the way he talks about them. He even puts a glove on, snap, and shows off some of the autographed balls. It's very, hey, Victor, what's up, brother? We got some who's who in here already. It must be because I'm going to be a Hall of Famer 2019. This Bruce for you, Mike BBC. So I gotta build some fuego, some fire. I gotta get some of that going for getting picked, because I'm all about being famous. I'm a big sub hunter. I'm all about trying to become YouTube rich, YouTube famous. So hopefully people figure that out about me. I'm going to all the people's channels and being friends with everybody now. I'm just, it's all about the YouTube. Some people say it's all about the Benjamins, but for me, it's all about YouTube. It's all about the interwebs. So for sure. But yeah, definitely check out Alex Bowman 53 baseball channel, or baseball balls channel. You will not be, I think, disappointed. But hey, Phil, if you're still here, yeah, dude, the rant. I want your honest opinion, Phil, because I have to give something that I thought never would happen. Okay, so Phil, straight, you can shoot me straight, because I'm straight. And I know you're straight, or at least you look like you're straight with your pictures on your Facebook page. What you do in the cities and towns you visit when your wife's not around is none of our business. But anyways, so Phil, for the better part of a year, has been trying to tell me and everyone else, slabs and buying slabs and having something to invest in, not a bad thing. It's not from the devil. I've talked to JT, Triple Crown 24, and I've listened to him as well. I've talked to as well as Ceiling Second Sean, and the guys I respect. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to bite the bullet, and I'm going to buy some stuff in slabs that I normally wouldn't do. And I'm not doing it to really make money. I'm not doing it to flip or nothing, because that's not really my style. And everyone knows that, because I'm a cheap skate. I almost said something else. But I'm a cheapskate. And so I was like, you know what? But if I could find some good deals on some cards that may prove to be, worth holding on to in the future, it'd be cool. And also they're for my own personal collection. So even if it's a bust, then I'm not really out too much. So this is my attempt in the last week to kind of be like, you know what, let's give it a shot and see what happens. So you all can tell me what you think. I've never shown anybody these cards. I just got these literally in over the last 24 to 48 hours. I might have some more coming, I'm not for sure. But I decided to kind of go out and just see what happens. And the first one up is a Masahiro Tanaka Bowman rookie card, a 9.5 here, and you see the subgrades there. 9.5s all around except for centering's a 9. So you have this card here, and like I said, I know some of these players are not plays that people are going to be like, oh my gosh, oh. But I even have it in a perfect fit sleeve. At least that's what I think they're called. So I'm trying not to be too shaky with it, but take a look, see what you think. So that's my first one. Yeah, I figure they're pretty much a scam, dude. I'm glad I have somebody like you to count on. My next one up, this one's a 6 out of 150. It's out of the silver pack promo green. I just like the way it looks. I love green's my favorite color, and I really like this picture. So this is a 9 for Kenta Maeda. I just love the way it looks. You see some, well, like I said, you can see some of that shine. And there's the, this is a PSA. So silver pack promo green. And like I said, a lot of these cards are just for me. So here you got this one right here. I like the way it looks. And I didn't even realize the guy on when I bought this card, the guy didn't even say it was a numbered card. I just thought it was just a good looking card I got for just a few dollars. I'm like, I like Maeda. Excuse me. It's a 9. So, you know, 9s are, what is it? 9s are, what do you all say? 9s are fine, or staying alive with 9. So you have this one. So there you go. So I thought that was a nice one. Then I picked up this 2013 Bowman card, rookie card of Christian Yelich out of a 9. PSA. Yeah. So this, I obviously feel you and JT know more about it than me, for sure. But I think that makes sense because it's getting out of. No, it's good. I like it. No, that's great. I mean, it's good information. I mean, what JT said. I'm sorry, what Phil said, guys. If you didn't see it or don't, you know, if you can't read because you went to a public school, is that he thinks that hey, what's up, Henry? That you know. There's going to be a slab-related bubble due over the next, I guess, maybe months or year or so based on the cards of base cards, right? So they're saying that PSA needs to increase bulk submission pricing. And obviously, I don't know much about that world, about bulk submissions and submitting anything in general. I've heard prices that people give $10 a submission to $20-something, and even more than that per card. So obviously it's above my pay grade to know a lot of that about that stuff, but I thought it was, you know, pretty cool regardless. That you can get them. There's a lot of guys like Michael and Dustin Bellinger, and I'm sure there's other guys out there I'm unaware of that you can go and do their submissions, and they cut you a better deal than you doing it on your own. I think that's awesome. But for me, who I'm just doing this just for kicks and giggles. You know, I'm buying them on eBay, or I might buy them off somebody I know, like at a shop or a show, at a relatively low price because they're going into my personal collection. I'm not trying to like flip them. So the next one up is a 2018 Topps Throwback Thursday Juan Soto, number 9, right there. So I like this one's pretty cool. Piece of garbage. Nice, Henry. So here's this one right here. So I'll be doing a video of this down the road at some point, kind of talk maybe some more details. So you have this one. I just thought it looked really good. I think this might be Juan Soto's first rookie card, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm sure somebody will correct me. And so there you have this. So I just like the way it looks. I like that look for him. He looks pretty cool. He looks so cool, man. You look so cool. And then my last one is, I believe it's a high number, if I'm not mistaken. 2018 Topps Heritage high number of Ronald Acuna Jr., number 9, PSA 9. So you have that. So it's a good looking card. 9 is fine, just like me. I'm fine. At least that's what the ladies all say around here. All the toothless ladies. All the toothless ladies is looking for, you know, a young man like myself to show them a good time. So those are some of the cards I picked up. I picked up a bunch of more cards, but those are some slabs I picked up. So I don't know if I did any good. I mean, this whole stack right here, guys. All what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these slabs. I spent total of I don't know about that, buddy. I think it's one of those like just let bygones be bygones, maybe kind of thing. You know, I feel like myself and Mike, baseball collector, kind of moved on. At least I hope so. You know, I don't have anything that I don't want to open that up anymore. We're cool. You know, it's fine. It's whatever. With Eric, it's always been kind of like a situation where, he's very passionate about how he feels about certain things. He kind of comes off like, he's like everybody kind of treats him like he's a guru because he's very knowledgeable. He definitely is. I just think that we don't agree on a lot of stuff either. And, some people can handle agreeing to disagree, and some people take it personal. So, I don't have any problem with Eric. I like Eric just fine. I don't watch his channel. I don't get anything really out of it personally. I don't have nothing negative to say about Eric. He's fine. He's a nice guy. He's very kind. He's been nice nice enough to me over time. But like you said, I think it's just a personality thing. And for me, I've kind of moved on from people that I don't feel like are contributing to what I, come on here for, I guess. And I'm sure he feels the same way. So it's fine. It's totally cool. Hey, what's up, Chris? I don't have nothing to say bad about him. I just think it's just like, I'm just don't have anything to really do. Have much to say. I mean, if he has a problem with me or has something to say, I mean, he can be more than happy. He has my phone number. He can reach out to me and we can talk or text or whatever. But like I said, I think we both survived this long, just kind of just existing in the same universe, and we'll probably just keep on doing so, I'm assuming. And that's 100% fine, I'm sure, with him, and it is 100% fine with me as well. So there's, I don't want to be the guy that like keeps on stoking the fire. I've been able to let things go, and that's what I want to do. So unless somebody wants to take it to the next level, then we can definitely get back in the ring. So, but I prefer not to get back in the ring. I know that, Dave really wanted a Thunderdome scenario to unfold. And there's always somebody out there who might want to jump in the ring and take Mike's place. So, if somebody wants to, we'll have to look into it, because Atlantic City is the place to do it. I mean, it is known for its fights and a little bit more hard edge and hard nosed. So I still have to go get Tina Turner to sing some songs and get us ready to go. But overall, I think everything's kosher on my end, at least. On my end, I'm completely at peace and very zen. So, but yeah, you all know I don't have any problem being a straight shooter, even if it's to my detriment. I mean, I'd have more subscribers than Phil if I just played nice. Full reels, you bought some fishing reels. So yeah, man, for sure. So anyways, but yeah, definitely check out Sean's channel if you have not. Please, I think it's very important to go check out Sean's channel. You'll like it. So definitely check out his channel, Stealing Seconds. He needs to get more love. I still think it's unbelievable that Jesse, Fake Blue 77, is criminal that he doesn't have as many subs as he does. I mean, his collection is absolutely amazing. He just did a video about, I believe, postcards, if I'm not mistaken. So for sure. As you should, Phil. As you should. You know the thing that irks me the most, and I've said this before, and this is not a knock. I mean, I know Mark from Kentucky's in here. He used to be. I don't know if he still is. But the thing that irks me the most, the thing that pisses me off the most, more than if I don't like you as a person or whatever, is that you have commercials on your YouTube channel. That pisses me off more than anything. I'm like, enough with the commercials. I mean, like literally enough with it. I mean, it's getting to a point now that like people like Mark from Kentucky and I don't know about you, Phil, maybe you too, but then like Bowman 51 will do like 2 commercials before we even get to the actual video of the stuff. And I was like, I'm getting to the point where I'm like, you know what? I don't want to watch your stuff anymore. If I feel like if I'm watching commercials to get to your stuff, then I don't want to watch. That's one reason why I like Pepino Man and Wesker Griff. They don't do that. They just let you watch it. You go to their channel and you watch their stuff. You don't have to worry about it. Well, there you go. I know, Steve, that you're all about the sub, Steve. And if you could, you'd be monetizing all your videos, making us all watch videos. I know it. Yeah, you know, yeah, get your 4-cent candy. For sure. Hey, what up, Diego? But yeah, for sure. I just can't do it, dude. I just can't. That's like seriously, like everybody has like a thing that irks them about something, or it's a pet peeve, and that's definitely a pet peeve of mine. Is the commercial thing that just fires me up. Like it just, oh my gosh, like it just makes me like lose my mind. I'm like, seriously, guys, seriously, 4 commercials in a 4-minute video. Come on, man, seriously. It's my mind, my eyes are twitching. It's bad news bears, like for sure. It looks like LSU just scored another touchdown. They're beating Alabama. Woo! Woo! 45-34. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Well, here we go. Let's get ready to be 46 with that extra point. Yep. So yeah, man. Like I said, no, nothing personal. It just every time I see one, I just want to punch somebody in the nuts. When I see one of the commercials on the videos, oh my gosh, like literally. But like by the time like 2025 rolls around and I have 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna do like 40. I'm gonna do like 40 commercials per channel or per video. Well, you definitely should, Phil, because your channel's already great as it is. Yeah. Well, like people like Phil, dude. Like Phil, Alex Bowman 53 is like this. Mike goes pretty good, I think, if not one of the better ones, who just has a very natural way of speaking. Like they're just really good about just taking whatever the topic is and just going with it. Dave is that way too. Blue Jacket 66. I mean, they're all really good like that. Yeah, I agree with you, New York Yanks fan 7. Yeah, dude. That is the worst by far. I completely agree. The beginning is bad enough. It's like whatever. But the ones that are in the middle, I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like sometimes I'm like, do I really want to finish this or not? Do I just want to leave? For sure. Oh, exactly, Chris. Most of the people who do it don't have anything that most people even want to watch. They just do it out of because it's like something to do, or maybe out of commitment, or whatever. It's not like, oh, I gotta see this. But there's all those people like Eric Jabs, who's Lord have mercy, dude. That guy, he'll do whatever he can to make some money. Yeah, exactly. Put all the ads at the end, man. That's for sure. Do a 7-minute video. And at 6:50, do your ad, and I'll be done. I'm out. I'll bounce. But unfortunately, that's not the way that's not the way the sushi rolls. Rolling on the river. So yeah, for sure. Yeah, Caesar. He's telling you how it truly is. And he has so many different hairstyles and masks that he could definitely do it and nobody even know it's Caesar. He's just gonna, he's a man of many faces. You would never know if you're in a back alley with Pepino Man, that's the Pepino Man. You would never know that. Ciao! I liked how Caesar committed to doing the epic giveaway twice in one video. He he said the cops are on to him. He had to leave, and then he did it one more time on the outside, on the outskirts of the thing. It's hilarious. Hey, what's up, Joel? How you doing, brother? Yeah, they let me back on YouTube, dude. They didn't know. It's like, shh, don't tell anybody. But I have the hotspot for my library this week, so I was able to access the internet. So I still don't have the internet. I mean, I got rid of it. I have no cable, no internet, nothing like that. So, but whenever I go to the library, they give it to me for free for a week, but I gotta get on a list. So it's like every 1 or 2 weeks I'll get it, and then I'll have it for a week, and then I have to take it back, and they put me back on the list, and then I get it in a week from then. So, man, they're trying to hold me down, probably because I'm talking about controversial things like. Actually, I don't think I talked about anything controversial. Shockingly. I don't know, man. I'm not for sure why it go. I don't know. I mean, I have 10 people in here, which is usually more than I usually ever get. So I don't know. Is white man can't job? You know that? Oh, jump. Oh, I thought you said job. Oh, is that true, Phil? Or are you just making that up? Because I honestly don't know. I mean, that makes sense when I hear it. But you might just be pulling my leg. So I'm not for sure. But yeah, I mean, that kind of does make sense. I don't know if that's maybe not there's no truth to that whatsoever. But making another thing, okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I haven't, I haven't done a YouTube video in a week and change, probably. This is the first time I did anything. I bet you do, Cesar. But, I do, now that I can access internet once in a while, I'll still do videos. Today or tomorrow, I'm going to try to do 2 or 3 and, like, put them in the can so I can spread them out over the course of the next month or so. Because, like I said, with the holidays coming up, I'm not for sure how much access I'll have. I've been picking up a lot of stuff. It's so funny because I just don't feel like, because I'm not doing YouTube religiously anymore. I don't feel like doing a bunch of videos for the stuff I've been picking up. I've been doing a lot of card shows and shops, and I've been picking up a lot of stuff on eBay. I just don't feel like doing like videos anymore. I mean, I feel like doing lives because I still enjoy that. And I'll do it okay. Like I said, I'll do a handful of videos here coming up because I do have quite a few things to show off. But I'm just kind of like not that big into the whole trying to do 10 videos and try to put them out every couple days. And so I'm just like whatever about all that. I'm friends with the friends I have now, or I'm pals with people, and that's about it. Oh my gosh, all this gay talk between these two Homo sapiens. Who knows? But yeah. So yeah, I mean, anyways, I did pick up some stuff. I bought a bunch of stuff off eBay. I got a bunch of lots I picked up or singles, and I bought a bunch of stuff at a card show recently. JT came over to the house last week and stayed the night here, and then he had a card show he went to in Indianapolis, and actually he's back here this weekend, and then he went to a show up in Fort Wayne, Northern Indiana, which I didn't go to, and he did really well at the show here in Indianapolis. He did really well. I don't know, he might not want me to say how much he made, but it was worth his time to come up here, and we got to hang out, so it was cool, man. It was cool. It was awesome. And so we'll see how it goes. Mostly modern stuff, I think. I mean, the only vintage I buy on a regular basis, and it's not really vintage, I guess, I know it's not really vintage. It's like 80s stuff, I'm assuming. 80s and 90s stuff. And that's definitely not vintage. I mean, with a vintage, I feel like at this point, the only thing I want to really buy in vintage now is in slabs. Or if I can just get it, I can just like, if I can see with my own eyes at a show, then I'll grab some vintage, raw. But I just don't want to take any chances on eBay because, I mean, like I bought some cards this past week, just some rookie cards of some players that were from 80s and 90s. And people are just sending this stuff like in literally a PWE and a penny sleeve. And I'm just like, dude, I'm just done with all this. I'm just done with, it's not a lot of money, but it's still a lot of money I'm spending. And then I'm having to now like try to fight to get $5 back or $3 or $10. It's like, if you're not going to send it with like an actual top loader and in a padded envelope or whatever, then don't do it. So it's very frustrating. Dude, I got to go back and watch my last couple of videos and try to remember where I left off at, but I still have probably 10 or 15 videos I can do of the 80 cards from the 1980s. No, I've never done COM-C, but I need to. I've only heard good things from people who do it for the most part, especially people like myself who are player collectors. You can go to town. I've been loading up a lot on my trading card database. I used to only add for just my own personal collection, but I've been adding a lot more for trade. And it says trade and sell, but I'd rather just trade than not sell. I've been adding a whole lot more of that on my trading card database page because I'm trying to like make some trades so I can get more cards of like Ichiro and Mattingly and Larkin and any of the Japanese guys, really, for that matter. Altuve is another guy I like a lot, so we'll see. That's awesome, dude. I didn't know that about Phil. I might have to get on there and do some real research and like maybe pick up some cards and maybe do that'd be awesome. Uber card, that's awesome. I'll have to look at that Yanks fan. I mean, honestly, it's a good idea. I mean, I think I set up an account way back when. I think I heard Mike O talk about it 2 years ago, maybe. And so I probably wouldn't set up an account, but I never bought anything because I didn't really understand how it worked. And then people was like, wait till people do sales, or sometimes individuals do sales. Sometimes the whole site will do like an 80% off everything sale, blah, blah, blah. And so it was hard for me to figure out how it worked. And then some people was like, I'll just put everything in my cart and then I'll just buy it when they have a sale. But I'm like, well, if you put things in your cart, you don't buy it. Then if somebody else comes along and buys it, it's out of your cart. And so there's a lot of things I just didn't understand how it worked. But now that I think I understand it a little bit better, I probably will end up doing it. So, what do you know? Rock Lewis off of COM-C. Nice. Bowman Shops, COM-C, and got 32% tens on this last PSA reveal. That is probably the one not low quality. Oh, they have low quality scans, but they have a lot of PSA 10s, and he got a 32%. 32%. So 32% of his cards he bought were 10s from a PSA 10s, but that was due to low quality, so a lot of people didn't take a chance on him, but he got good. Sound like he did pretty good. Yeah, I'm drinking my tea right now. So I'm drinking my tea. But yeah, Joe, to answer your question, I picked up a handful of slabs recently. I got 5 slabs I picked up, which this is the first time I ever really bought slabs that were more than $1. But, we'll see how it goes. I don't know if it's going to, like I said, I bought them for myself. I didn't buy them to try to flip. And obviously, they're not like desirable hot cards. I mean, they're hot players, I guess, but they're not really hot cards. So people are like, oh, I got to have those. And if I did get them, you'd want them in 10s. And I got them in 9s. I think I got one in 9.5 from Beckett. Everything else was PSA cards. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just for me. I'm just had fun. The whole stack, every card I have in this whole stack was like a total of like $30 including shipping. So I feel like that's not bad considering one card, if I'm understanding correctly how cards are graded, around $17 per card. give or take, I guess. So basically, if you think of it like that, I got 2 cards. I got 5 cards for the price of 2. So I've been trying to flip my way. I'm sure she appreciates that, Pepino. You might want to have to just, I'm sure there's somebody in California that'll take you up on the offer. I mean, I don't know what your wife looks like, but I'm assuming, that you'll have a taker at some point. And that's not saying anything negative about her or you. I'm sure she's a lovely person. She's probably gorgeous. At least you have a wife. I just have nobody. Just kidding. I don't care. I don't want nobody. All right. Trying to go back and see, hey, who got her? Oh, the Dirty Nelly girls, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Mark, dude. Stowe Sports. Something's happened to that guy. He was really talkative and active, and then, I know Jabs level, watch out. I need to do Saturday night shenanigans all the time. That'll be like my new Friday. Was it Fan Mail Fridays or Friday Fan Mail Fantastic Fan Mail Friday, first Friday of the month or whatever. So yeah, I just like to say I personally take some joy in helping bring down the Eric Jabs empire. Myself, along with Bob and Phil and Mark, I like to take some joy in that because that guy deserves to have a little bit of his cage rattled for sure. Well, that's good. That's what I heard. So, yeah. It's like unbelievable. So I mean, like the thing I think about it is that I just feel good that I had a little piece of it. I mean, I'm not taking any real credit, but just know that I have a little piece that involved. Hey, what up, Dustin? Yeah. Oh yeah, it's very hard to do that, Caesar, because that guy is unbelievable, and there's like so many people who like I don't know who this guy is, but we're gonna go hit him. We'll put you in timeout, sir, and we'll see how that goes. That'd be nice, Phil. Yes. He's a handheld mirror with squat ain't nice. But I mean, like, the thing I think about is, man, for me is people like that guy, Bob Loblaw. Good morning. Are you somewhere where it's morning? Are you in Europe possibly? I don't know, maybe Asia. It's Asia really would be morning time. Shockingly, guys, I have a handful of people popping in. It can't be Tuesday morning, dude. There's no way it's 3 days ahead. Awesome. Hey, guys, please follow Dustin Abraham's lead and donate money to my Patreon account, which I don't have set up. But if somebody can create one for me because they're smarter than me, I would greatly appreciate it. And then you can just donate, and I will send you definitely at least $6 worth of 1991 packs of Score, 1989 Sportflix cards, and a couple like 91 Fleer, the yellow ones. And I mean, wax packs will be definitely worth the $50 that you gave to me. I think it's definitely worth the trade-off. It'll probably take about 6 to 8 months to get out to you, but I think you will really enjoy it. I mean, if you just can contribute to my Patreon, I would really appreciate it. Sending me a case. Yeah, so I'm talking about. Murder was a case that they gave me. I mean, that's what Snoop says. Snoop Dogg, by the way, not Snoop Xavier. Not that Snoop. So, but yeah, man, for sure, guys. I just want to make sure. I know there's who's in here? Who? Some of my peeps. My peeps. Oh, yeah, I think you're gonna get ready to get ignored person. There we go. We just ignored Bob and Lola, blah blah, whatever his name is. I already had I just want to tell you, it's weird. I do these live streams, quite frequently, or at least I used to. I rarely have any random people show up, and when I do, they're usually pretty good. They're pretty decent people, but all of a sudden, like I had one guy talk about spray painting babies in the eye with spray paint. One other guy was talking about some inappropriate bedroom antics, and then this guy over here who's talking about nonsense. So I've already blocked one guy and reported him because it was really inappropriate. I put the other two people on like pause or whatever that's called, timed them out. So we'll see. That's unusual. Usually I don't have that many people pop in acting like morons, but we'll see. Oh, Chico, what is up, Cuban Collector? Meet her tomorrow. It's Fuego. It's Fuego up in here. So, bye-bye, Bob. A signed 4x6 of Jason. Yes. I will sign anything. Toilet seats, pregnancy tests, whatever you want to send my way, I will sign it for you for a nominal fee for my Patreon account. I will sign it. Your bar mitzvah paperwork, whatever it is. So that would be awesome if you could. I think some of these guys think they're going to be able to say things and not get caught saying it. It's kind of mind-boggling. What is up, everybody? Signed checklist. Yeah, I got to get back into the habit of doing that. Autographed kid reporter cards. Yes. I think that'd be something cool for like Blake to do. Dustin and Blake. I know he has his own car, but kids reporter, being a kid, I think that'd be fun. Yes, I will, sir. Yes, I will. All right, see you later, Chris. Take care. I will sign for JT a checklist for sure. You got it. You can count on it, my friend. I will get that taken out care of for you. I will sign a used diaper. I will sign anything. I saw when Pepino Man sent egg. I guess a one of one used item. I was very surprised when he showed that off yesterday during his auction he had on his website. Yeah, I think Chris already has like 4 kids. I don't know if he wants to make any more babies. But maybe he does, and that's okay. Some people just like having lots of kids, and they're 100% fine with that. I'm going to make like a baby and make a baby. I'm going to make like I'm going to make that like a, what did he say? Right here. What did he say? I'm going to make like a baby and head out. Make like a baby and head out. Womp, womp. Yeah, you're right. Chris has more kids than you have Miggies. No lies detected of that statement, sir. No lies detected. For sure. So anybody had any topics they want to talk about tonight? Shockingly, today I had a lot. I've been able to like kind of just keep going. Usually I'm always like, what do I say? What's next? What's next? But I've been able to keep conversation flowing. But we have any topics y'all want to talk about? Is this just fantasy? My boy's setting up tomorrow. What are you talking about, dude? Joe Biden. Sleepy Joe. With his teeth getting ready to come out of his mouth. He's always like, I mean, between him and Nancy Pelosi and their teeth, dude, this is, yeah. It don't matter at this point. They can run anybody up there. It ain't going to matter. Trump's going to beat them down. There is not a single person they can have. The only person who's going to beat Trump is Trump. Trump will beat himself. If he does any more of these shenanigans about like tiptoeing right to the edge of what's going to be people will accept from him, and he might go over the line and he's going to get himself in trouble, then he will get beat because people ain't going to tolerate all the shenanigans. But, you know, right now, ain't nobody going to beat him. There ain't nobody. So we'll see. We will see. What about little Michael? Michael who? Michael Jackson? Mama. Yeah, let's go, Freddie. Oh, Bloomberg? I mean, he definitely is going to be the most. I did not know that. But yeah, I mean, Bloomberg definitely has the best chance. Two rich white billionaires fighting it out. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, they both know how to get into a ring and toss out the insults and make the other person look stupid. So, I mean, we'll see. Yeah, for sure. I agree with that, Doug. I mean, if he actually gets into the race, then I think Trump might have the first real contender. So we'll see. That's true. He doesn't have the brand recognition, and Trump probably would still beat him, but he's the best shot the Dems have. I mean, honestly, at this point. But, I mean, a lot can happen in a year. I mean, we all know that. So everybody was surefire, thought Hillary was going to beat Trump like easy peasy, lemon squeezy until almost the day of. And then the wheels started falling off, and Trump won. So you just never know. Oh, my gosh. If I ran a Deep Thoughts platform, it'd be crazy, dude. I got too much stuff out there of me that would sink my campaign that I got caught up in high school. Not so much in college, but high school for sure. I mean, after what the people did at Kavanaugh ain't nothing compared to what I was doing. So there's no way that I would be able to survive that. So yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. I mean, that's the thing. I can't also keep my opinions to myself, like, you know. So it'll definitely for sure. Feel nice. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was so surprised the outcome of both the Super Bowl and the presidential election last year or 2 years ago. So for sure. Well, that's true, Doug. Good point. I like it. Oh my gosh, yes. I'm gonna blow the doors off of Eric Jabs. Woo! Woo! I would just completely blow the doors off of his channel if I ran for president. It'd be me and Roseanne Barr. She'd be my vice president, and I would have Andrew Dice Clay as my Secretary of State. We would run the board, let me tell you. And I would have Dennis Leary at somewhere. Dennis Leary would definitely be there somewhere. And I would have to have Eddie Murphy dressed up as Dolomite somewhere in my cabinet as well. But he can only be Dolomite. He can't be Bill. He can't be Eddie Murphy. He has to be Dolomite. Oh, me and Whoopi. I just looking at her triggers me. I mean, like, she's just so unhinged. Like, if you watched anything that she said, anything come out of her mouth, it's just nothing but this hateful, this ridiculousness. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, I like Whoopi Goldberg too as a person before she got so like insane. I liked her as a comedian. I liked her in a lot of TV shows and movies. I thought she was fine. I love Sister Act 1 and 2. With what's her name? Hill, you know, and I can't name her name all of a sudden, but something Hill. What's her name? Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill, there you go. From part 2. I like her. And I mean, I liked her and stuff. I liked her in Jumpin' Jack Flash. I think she was in that. I mean, I liked her and stuff, but she just went. I mean, talking about trigger worthy, she is definitely there, which is unfortunate. But she has turned into a crazy person, as most people have, honestly, when it comes to that topic. But, you know, I was sitting there thinking, this is like a deep thought for you guys. I thought I'd share this with you just because in the world we live in with people trying to make everything so divisive, there is something I thought I want to share. So today, Luca was playing basketball, and we play in an area. I mean, I live in a pretty small town here in Indiana. It's predominantly white, but there are people with different backgrounds, but it's nothing like a major city. We all know this. But where we play is right outside of Indianapolis. And so it's kids from all around Indianapolis. So you have predominantly white teams, you have black teams, you have kids who are, both races. We have kids that are like Indian from India. You have Asian kids on teams. It's like a really awesome experience. And you have moms and dads of all backgrounds sitting there watching their kids. You have referees that are different, races, and you have coaches, women coaches on boys teams, and men that are on women's girls teams, and men and women both are coaching. Like on our team, we have a man and a woman coach for our boys, and of different backgrounds. And I love the fact that the media is trying to make it sound like we're all after each other, we're all like looking for reasons to like fight each other and like scream at each other and attack each other at any given chance because we want to disagree with one another politically or whatever. But then you see situations like that where there's like literally hundreds and hundreds of us of all backgrounds all sitting together cheering on our children, and no one's thinking about race, no one's thinking about politics, no one's thinking about anything. And we're just super excited to see our boys or girls in some cases, on other courts playing basketball in this situation. And like it makes me feel warm to know and see that, because that's what's really going on in our country is those things, those Saturday afternoon games, Sunday afternoon games, Friday night football, and high school football. It is not as divisive and hate-filled as the media wants to make it out to be, because playing each other against one another, sells and makes news and makes it everything like, people wanted like stay at the screen or the newspaper or the magazine or the internet article or the TV or whatever, thinking there's some kind of boogeyman behind every corner trying to get you for something, trying to take away this or make you do that or whatever. And some of that stuff might be true in some cases that are like spread around the United States. But if you really look at the microcosm of what it really is, there's just families spending time with other families, cheering on each other, and you want your kids to be successful. No one's thinking about race there. Like no one's thinking, oh, how great that white kid is or black kid or that Indian kid or whatever. I mean, it's really awesome to see that. And I hate that sometimes as adults and parents or, like I said, media tries to make us out to go against each other when it has nothing to do with that. And to be able to go to a basketball, like field house is what it is, and see everybody under the sun playing and supporting one another and high-fiving each other for our kids doing well and just really getting so excited. I mean, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. And seeing the way people interact with each other, I just love it. I just absolutely love it. And I think that's what it should be more about, is that. And less about what separates and divides us, because at the end of the day, very little should do that, if anything at all. And at the end of the day, also, you should be able to agree to disagree. There's plenty of us, I'm sure. I've talked to a handful of you guys privately, and I know that we probably feel differently on a lot of things, but we're all adults, so we can, like, you know, agree to disagree, or like listen to each other's perspectives or ideas or views and still be able to respect one another. I think that's great. You know, I think when you're not trying to tell somebody they're wrong, and you just say, you know, I see where you're coming from. I don't know if I totally agree with it from that point of view, but that's good. I see what you're saying. That's great. But yeah, I was thinking about that today while Luca was playing. I was like, this is what it's about. Of all these kids playing together, just playing basketball, and everybody just all in this together to see our kids be successful. Try to win games and then have those individual wins by making baskets or having good passes, or, you know, being able to support one another when somebody's down and out or feeling bad, you know. It's great. And I love that. And I love when you see a very diverse group of kids playing on the court. And that's wonderful. And it becomes more and more like, you know, the world is big, but really the world is very small in so many ways. So it's important to kind of look at those things, especially if you have kids, especially even if you don't have kids, just to detach and be like, what really matters is the little things. And don't let other things distract you from what's important, which is loving each other and taking care of each other and respecting one another. And that's what matters most. And I think when you see it through kids' eyes, it makes life so much more easy, makes so much more able to manage. And I know I kind of went off a tangent, and I probably lost like everybody there. I'm probably just talking to myself at this point, but I think it's very important to keep that in the back of our minds. So thanks, Phil. I appreciate it. It happens once in a while. I need to go take a nap. you only lost one. That's good. So yeah, man, for sure. I mean, it's very important. We all know that myself and a handful of us like to have fun and goof off and probably say politically incorrect things and joke around, but no one's being. If you know you're joking, you know it's not serious. You know there's not maliciousness. There should be nothing there. On top of that, at the end of the day, it's like, you know, it's all done with tongue in cheek. You know, dish it out if you can take it. I love that about things. And I really appreciate a lot of you all tolerating my ridiculousness on my channel, even though I don't do it as religiously as I used to. I do appreciate it for sure. So, anyways, so there's that, man. That's my PSA for now. Hopefully, I didn't offend too many people. And talk about offensive, I'll put on some Radio Gaga by Queen for sure. So, yeah, Ed, man, I really like Ed. Ed's one of those guys. Yeah, well, I appreciate it, Phil. Ed, you, of course, too. But I know with Ed and I are like, if Ed lived next door to me, I don't think I would ever leave my house. Like, Ed and I have, I think, so much in common. We would probably hang out like all the time. You know, obviously you and I feel like we have a very good relationship. Like, you've always been like able to talk to me about some serious questions and ask me questions, and I really appreciate that. Because a lot of people, I think, a lot of people, I think, have a hard time doing that because they don't know if they can handle the back and forth. And I always appreciate that, and I really respect you. And I mean, obviously, I respect you, but I have a lot of good. I really want to hang out, have a beer with you. I think it'll be awesome. And again, you know, be somebody I can hang out with and feel like we've been friends forever. I might not be as in good a shape and good looking as you and all your friends, but maybe I could be like the Pugsley of your group. You know, like the one where all the hot girls had like that one ugly fat friend. I could be that one guy for you guys. You know, I could kind of be like your wingman. I'm pretty down to earth for as narcissistic. Yes, indeed. Well, I think for me, I just don't care what people think about me. So I'm just who I am. So either you like me or you don't like me. As people obviously could tell, that'd be fine. Yeah, I'm sure you did have a guy like that in college. You don't surprise me at all. That's not part of your MO, homie. Not at all. That is not at all what I figured. And I just hung up on my Radio Gaga, and I'm really disappointed in myself. Let's go back to this YouTube mix. Get back to Radio Gaga. Come on, where are you at? It's my favorite song. Can't find it. Where are you? Oh my gosh, come on, radio. There we go, right here. I'll pull it up this way. Love that song. I can't help it. Anybody else have anything to contribute? I mean, I made it almost like probably 50 minutes without even asking for any assistance. Now I'm saying throw a topic out there. I might do a Jason Handy video here today on my phone and upload it later. That's something I can do easily. I can just sit in my house and do it. I can just sit here in my knickers and do it. My knickers. And I didn't say knickers, guys. Don't want to get offended or shocked. That's a British word for pantalones. Make sure I say that because I don't want anybody demonetizing my video and not pay me for my Patreon account, which is what I'm all about. So hey Phil, before you get away, yes, was neither ideal nor yes. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. You know, to kind of piggyback on that question, honestly. And I don't know all the ins and outs, and I definitely don't want to come across like I know, and as I'm sure most people already know, listening to me, that does anybody in their right mind, in their right thinking, believes that giving like Medicare for all to everybody and like doing away with private insurance and letting you pick and choose your insurance companies or whatever, like how that's not going to financially bankrupt us as a nation. Like it makes no sense how people can think that's a good idea. Like regardless of where you come down on the aisle, like, I mean, even if this is coming from a conservatives or Republicans, which I tend to be more that direction, though feel like I'm more down the middle, but in the last couple of years, the left went so far left, the Democrats went so far off the socialist town, I can't even see them anymore. So I've been ended up going more right, which I usually feel like I'm more of a center guy. But I just don't understand that thinking, honestly. I mean, I just don't understand how you think you're just going to give it to everybody, even though they don't contribute to it. People who never contributed to Medicare, but they're going to get it for free. And then you feel like your service, your actual like hospital services, doctor services, medical services, how you're going to get that for at a quality amount, a quality experience. It can be done, not Medicare, but having universal health care at a certain price that is monitored by the government, I believe can be done. Because I lived in Japan, guys. I lived in Japan. I don't know if I've ever shared this with anybody before, but let me tell you some crazy things. And I don't understand it all, and I don't claim to understand it all. But let me tell you something that I find very interesting. So when I lived in Japan, and I don't know if I've ever shared this with people before, and I'll just throw it out there, but I was born with a congenital heart defect. So I've had 2 open heart surgeries when I was young. And so you would never really know that because it's not something I ever want to talk about until you really wouldn't see it anyways. Not that anybody would want to see it, but if I took off my shirt, I have all these scars up and down my chest from open heart surgeries. But again, no one came here for that. But the short of it is that when I went to Japan and I was working there, yes, Doug knows. Doug either has lived in Japan or his wife's Japanese, or he's visited Japan. I know because we've talked about it. But anyways, with that being said, So when I went to Japan, I knew that they had like a universal medical system. That's awesome. Thanks, Phil. I think it does. It makes some people. I think it like affects people in different ways when you have different experiences. Like at the end of the day, yes, I'm still a Hoosier. I'm still a Indiana kid at heart. But I've had a lot of experiences, and I don't always share everything on my YouTube channel, and I don't share everything personally with everybody. But at the same time, it's my experience. It's my personal walk, and everybody has their own. And sometimes we can connect on different levels. But with that being said, so I knew that Japan had universal health care. And I know that Japanese people, including myself, when I lived there, because they took my taxes, they took a chunk of your money out. So everybody has universal health care. But it's at a I don't know how much comes out. It's a nice little chunk, but it's not like crazy. But you do pay an X amount out of your pay every pay period. And usually in Japan, you get paid once a month. That's how the most people in Japan get paid. And so you get X amount. Let's say I made $2,000 that month. I'm just throwing that out there. Maybe 100 of it or so, 150 of it will go immediately to healthcare for your family, right? So that being said, I knew I was going to get healthcare through Japan, so I wasn't super nervous. Hey, what's up, Ray? I knew I was going to get healthcare through Japan. It wasn't private. It was public healthcare through the universal healthcare system. So I was a little bit nervous because in America, the more you pay, traditionally, the better care you get. And that's how we get taught, essentially. So I was kind of nervous with my heart condition that I would go to Japan and then I would end up being like, shuttered off or, shuffled off to some like back alley doctor who I had to pay some, flat fee to take care of me. And then like, I would be in bad shape. Like if something came up, I had got sick or something happened, God forbid, with my heart, I'd be in trouble, right? And so, my ex-wife at that time was my wife. She was like, it'll be fine. Her mother's a nurse. Her uncle is a cardiologist. So I was around some good people, but they were like, don't worry, everything will be fine. And you'll be fine. And I'm like, okay. So like when we go there and I'll read this in a second. Like I want to finish this thought. So I go there. So a few months into my being there, I was like, it's probably good for me to establish with a doctor who I am and what I'm about. So that if something did happen, they already have like a history of me. They know about me. I don't go in there with a problem. And that's when they're starting to get to know who I am, medically speaking. So I go there, and to make a long story short, I don't know if you all know a lot about medical and how much it costs, but I saw a specialist. I had blood work. I had an EKG. I had an echocardiogram. I had X-rays. They gave me medication. I had what else? Oh, that's 5 or 6 things right off the top of my head. I'm sure I had something else. So I was there for like half the day, half morning through the early afternoon because they did all these testing on me. I did all this test, all that said and done. So at the end, they said, okay, you're done. We got everything we need. We'll send the results to the doctor, the cardiologist, the main doctor. I was seen by a regular doctor and a cardiologist, so 2 doctors. And then all those testing was done. Blood work, EKG, echo, X-rays. And like I said, all kinds of medications they gave me or whatever, right? So then after there, just like you go here in America, you go check out where they usually will give you, you have like a copay, but then you have to wait a month or so, and then you have like this huge bill. Especially when you have all those tests done, it might be hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, because none of that stuff's cheap to do, right? So I go up there and I'm like, chasing pain, whatever. I go there, they're like, okay, they're like, and I was talking to my ex-wife, and she goes, oh, we'll pay everything up front today. And I'm like, how can we afford to pay everything up front today? We don't have that. We don't have that kind of money. There's going to be thousands of dollars to have all this stuff done. Like in America, literally that'd be thousands of dollars. And then if you have good insurance, it might be somewhere between maybe $400 to $600, maybe even more than that. And that's if you have good insurance, because that's a lot of stuff to be done. So I was like super scared that we're going to end up having to pay like $1,000 or $800 or something crazy, because that's been my experience here. And I've always had pretty good insurance. So I was like prepared to spend like minimum $400 to $600. Because that would be realistically in decent insurance in America, that'd be about what you're paying for those types of procedures and testing and all that. So I go up there and I'm like, all right, I'm here to check out. And she pulls everything up. And then she tells me, including my medication that I had to go pick up down the road, it was going to be American money, $100. And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm sorry. Excuse me. One more time. And she's $100. That's it. And I'm like, are you going to send me a bill later? And they're like, no, that's it. That's everything. So I'm like, all that was done. And we're talking about a nice hospital with great doctors, like not some back alley, whatever. It's like a legit, wonderful hospital that you would take your grandmother to and not worry that anything's going to happen to her. You're not going to push her into the elevator shaft if she falls down or anything. It's like legit good hospitals and doctors and nurses and everything else. $100 American for all that. All said and done. Not a call later, not somebody hunting you down for more money, not bills you have to worry about that's coming to you within the next 2 to 3 months. Done and over with. And I was like, this is not possible. That quality of health care at $100 American, it just blew my mind. And so I know it can be done. It's just ridiculous that we have such the medical community had such a stranglehold on our politicians that they're just refused because it's such a money-making scheme that no one's willing to actually help us as Americans get universal health care that makes sense. That if you don't want it, you can pay privately or whatever you want to do, or even private health care is like reasonably cost. But they're not doing that anymore. They're wanting to take advantage of people and take as much money as they can because there's nobody stopping them from doing it. But Japan, who's just like America, it's a top country in the world with amazing health care. People who live to be over 100 years old all the day long have no problem doing it, but somehow we can't do it. Like, it makes no sense. It's because it's a money-making scheme that they take advantage of us as Americans because no one has our best interest, which is the politicians. But in Japan, it was wonderful. I mean, listen to this. One time I was in Korea. Now that I just thought about this, one time I was in Korea. I kid you not. This is like crazy. I just now thought about this. I had gotten sick in China. I had some kind of, I have right here, you might see this, I have like a fever blister or something. I got sick. I had like these sores that went in my mouth. I don't know. It was like, what happened? So I got really sick in China. I don't know if it was something I ate or I came in contact with something or what. I don't know. Maybe Bruce Lee popped me in the head. I don't know what happened. But I got really sick in China, but I did not want to see a doctor in China. So I just toughed it out. And I went back to South Korea where I was working as in a school in a church in South Korea years ago. So I was with my friend who went to college with, who's a Korean national. I was working with him in his church. And I was like, his name's Byung-gu. And I was like, Byung-gu, man. I was like, I need to go to the doctor. Like, I don't feel good. Like, obviously my mouth has all these sores in it. Like, it's weird. Like, that's not natural and normal. So he goes to his doctor, who I don't have insurance in Korea. I'm there on a visitor passport or visa for 3 months or whatever. And this doctor does not know me from Adam. And he goes into his doctor's office and talks to his doctor and says, can I put my friend Jason on my insurance and then you take care of him? And the doctor was like, sure, no problem. I'm not his relative. I'm not his brother. I'm not his dad. I'm not his cousin. I'm not related to him in any way. And he goes in there and he's like, oh yeah, sure. I'll just put him on your insurance, which I don't even know how that works. And we're talking about a legit, wonderful doctor's office that, again, is like immaculate. I go back into the back. The doctor looks me over. He tries to speak to me in English, which was very nice. His English actually was quite good. And then my friend Byung-gu helped fill in the blanks when there was Korean that I obviously didn't understand. So I go there. I go see a doctor, which is usually $25-$30 right there easily for us as Americans. All this medication. He hooks me up to all these machines, checking on my health, everything like that. I leave there. He tells me to go get basically a Z-pack for medicine. I go down. All they charge me, $12. $12, guys. And I'm not even on insurance in South Korea. $12 American is all I spend for a whole week and a half, 2 weeks of medication, a doctor's visit, being hooked up to all these machines, checking my health. $12 is all I spent. So it can be done. It just Americans refuse to do it as far as American companies, medical companies. But it's just I just want to share these things with you guys. I'm sure I've bored everybody to tears, but I just want people to know that. Yes, his hands were visible the entire time. Now, in Korea, they are known, nothing to do with medical stuff, but in Korean men and women, but Korean men are known to go to public baths with one another and all sit together and like rub each other down with like towels and massage each other and stuff in the public baths fully naked. Now in Japan, you do the same thing, but everybody keeps their hands to themselves because the Japanese are not big into touchy-feely. But in Korea, it's a different culture, and they're all about touching each other and like hanging on one another. And Korean men have no problem doing that with one another, completely straight, nothing gay about it. Completely straight, and they'll do it. And I remember telling my friend Bianca, I'm like, I'll go to these public baths with you. That's fine. I like going, and I enjoy that. But if you put your hands on me, I'm gonna knock you out. You're gonna wake up in the water, like probably drowning. So don't put your hands on me. Don't try to give me a massage. Don't come up and like play any games with me. Like no. But if you look around inside the public bath you're in, there's all kind of Korean guys just sitting there, just goofing off with stuff that you would do with your buddy, fully clothed, like joking around, and they're like in there with their hands on. So it's pretty different, to say the least. Hey, what's up, Jeremy the Card Dreamer is here, dreaming about cards. So, anyways, needless to say, if you go to South Korea, make sure you let people know if you go to a public bath, not to do any touchy, because it could be awkward. So yeah, that's a Korean thing, man. And once you figure it out, it's fine. But first time, it kind of blows your hair back a bit to see what's going on. You're like, whoa, what are we doing here? So yeah. But yeah, man. So this go back to with the health thing, guys. I think it's definitely important people understand that it can be done, but we have to have the right people involved, and it has to have and the people involved and the companies involved have to have a willingness to do it, and that's just not there. So when people say it can't be done or they're unwilling, it's this, that's, that, and the other. It's just it's unwillingness to do the right thing, which is make access available to all of us at a reasonable cost. Like nobody's trying to say we want it. Oh, well, there's plenty of people saying they want it for free, but there's plenty of ways of paying for it that is not going to break the bank. Let's just say it like that. So that's my $0.02 cents for everything. So like I said, hopefully I'm sure I probably bored most of you all to tears, but hopefully that's of some interest to somebody somewhere out there in the interwebs. Any other topics we can discuss? Oh, when my wife visited her family last summer, she had to take her youngest to the doctor, visit medicine, letter in English, visit medicine and letter in English, telling them after school, okay, return. Yeah, use the backyards, but not for the doctors. Doug, you got that right. That's awesome, dude. About what happened with your daughter. Or, I'm sorry, you said your youngest, and your wife. That's great. That's awesome. Yeah, that's exactly right, Ray. That's 100%. That's why. That's the reason why it's going to keep going until you have people who really want to fix it and fix it for the right reasons, and the only thing they care about is the American people. That as soon as you get the right person in there for that, which may never happen, then there's always going to be this rotating door of us getting taken advantage of and screwed. So I mean, that's just the way it is, unfortunately. I wish it wasn't that way, but it is. And it's unfortunate because there are ways to have it not be this way and make it accessible for everybody who needs it. And they just don't do it because there's no money to make. There's less money to be made that way. If they can pump $400 or $500 out of me by doing it the way they're doing it right now, instead of $100 out of you, then I mean that's a business model that tells you why would we want to change anything? If I can get $500 off this guy, by doing it the way it is now. If not, we can even try to increase the amount. Why do we want to decrease the amount? That makes no business sense. It's not about doing what's the right thing. It's about doing what's the financial gain thing for the medical companies and businesses and conglomerates and everything. And of course, they're lining the pockets of the politicians, both Republican and Democrat, both. So I'm not throwing shade on any specific person there. That's across the board, because it takes the entire group of them to continue this trajectory that we're going. So it's just unfortunate for sure. But anyways, anywho, any other topics that we want to discuss today, guys? It's going on an hour and a half of this shenanigans. All right, I had somebody send me a text. Let's see. Oh, I had 2 texts. Let's see. Oh, never mind. What is this? Yep. Who knows? It wasn't anything important. It wasn't any of you guys. Any of the good people out there. But you know what? Queen has something to say. I'm gonna turn that down a bit so Eddie Mercury, there we go. I kept on saying Eddie Murphy, then I will say Eddie Murray, then I will say Eddie Money, then I'm Eddie Mercury. There's a lot of Eddies out there. Yeah, man, this is just, I think I mentioned it before, but the short of it is that I can get a hotspot from my library for free for one a week. And so I got it at the beginning of the week. I just been so busy. I decided to put it up today. And so I don't have to pay for it. It's free. So I'm only going to get it once in a while whenever I'm on the list to get it again, because it's like a rotating list that I have to put my name on it. So it's not like anything I'm doing special. I mean, I'll probably do a couple videos and like save some stuff so I can have things to post down the road. But I'm not going back on or getting back on. I didn't pay for this. This is all free through the library. It's pretty cool they have this feature. I didn't even know they had it. Somebody mentioned it to me. They're like, oh, they have hotspots for free. And I'm like, really? Sure enough. So I can check it out for a week and take it back, and then have to resubmit or reapply for it the following week. So it's only for a short time. I have to take it back tomorrow. But yeah, I don't think the interwebs and the YouTube can handle me more than once every week or two. But it's nice to know that your local library has such programs as this. I'm happy to take advantage of it as much as one can. Oh, I appreciate that, Ray, dude. I miss being on here in a lot of ways. You guys are such just incredibly great people. So yeah, you all let me rant and rave about nonsense on a regular basis. So I appreciate that for sure. But anyways, guys, it's like about an hour and a half into it, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. You all saw my beautiful face long enough and my fantastic hair. So I will talk to you all later. Thanks for watching. I greatly appreciate you all. And then peace out.